Hey everyone, you've landed on the Swing Trade Pros website here. My name is Mr. Know-It-All. I've been an active swing trader for over 7 years. I want to welcome you guys all to the community here. My goal is to change 1 million people's lives with swing trading and trading profitably. This is a skill set you can learn here with the service. You go check out the testimonials in Discord. You can see lots of folks talking about the service and how the trade calls are super profitable. You can check Profit Gains channel. I think we've amassed around $150,000 worth of profits in the last year posted in the Profit Gains channel just from other users and traders in the community. I'd like all of you guys to check out the 14-day free trial. A coupon code will be pinned in the comment section below this video, so check it out. And we'll take you through 14-day free trial process here. You come down to the website, save 44%, and claim your 14-day free trial. Click on that. And that will take you to the Swing Trade Pros website where you can click sign up now. And after your 14-day free trial is up, on the 15th day, you will get billed, full disclosure of that. And I appreciate you guys all joining the community. It will change your lives. Give it a chance. A lot of these swing trades can take months. One of our biggest trades of the year last year was INJ. We took an entry at $1.60, and well, that asset's trading over $35 today. So that was one of the banger trades that I pointed out. My strongest pattern that I trade that I'm known for is the falling wedge. I call it the falling node wedge pattern. Lots of divergence on these charts, and that's what makes these patterns really play out. And you guys are going to be able to really learn that in the service, and I really hope you enjoy it. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you guys on the charts. All right, welcome back, folks. Hopefully you had a wonderful weekend, and Bitcoin is trying to make some bullish moves. All right, I believe last stream we were talking about that 12-hour buy signal that we had, or maybe it was the week before. I forget, honestly. But basically, all we've done since that stream where we said we thought we were going to be pushing up is we've been pushing up. So is it time for us to pull back? That is the question. Are we going to put in a lower high here? That is also a good question. From what I see on high time frames, it does look like this could be an area where we might start to see breakout. Because if you look at the weekly RSI, we are very close to an RSI breakout on the weekly time frame here. So this is pretty interesting, right? Our weekly stochastics have crossed up on the week. We haven't got a weekly buy signal just yet. We haven't confirmed a weekly buy signal, I should say. The 3-day time scale, yeah, definitely gave us that signal a few days ago. And so that's basically, kind of where we're at. I would say that we're at a critical spot on the chart. If we don't break below the daily 200-day moving average, we're probably going to get one more retest of like 59K levels. And to be honest, it wouldn't really be a bad thing to see like a nice reset here if we do get rejected, right? We can start to see then maybe a pivot for a higher low, and then we could really have the momentum to break. I wouldn't I wouldn't throw that out the window type of thing. Actually, seeing a reset like that would be pretty strong to get that reset like that. because like our daily, I think, is pretty extended. Yeah, I'm already starting to show like wave trend short signals here. I mean, no MFI signals yet, but yeah, it's tough to really call what's going to happen day to day. And the daily RSI still has room to run. We could see the daily RSI get super heated. But that can still totally happen. I would venture to say the probability is for a retest of like 59K. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of people are getting bullish right here, right now. And if we go to fear and greed, I think we're in neutral territory. So we're sitting neutral. I mean, we're in like the middle of a range also. Like it's not like a really strong place to take a trade. So, flip your coin, man. But, if the bullish momentum continues here, which, high time frame looks pretty good. Right, your 3-day just crossed up. Your momentum just started swinging up here on the 3-day. And we got a bullish cross on the MACD. You're starting to build positive momentum here on the MACD oscillator. So, I mean, like high time frame looks pretty good. So, your short-term trading, daily, tagging the 200 moving average. I wouldn't mind seeing this back test, this retest around 58, 59K to maybe make, again, another higher low here, pivot. Let's take a look at the dollar index here, the Tether chart. So my only real concern is that that Tether chart is oversold and 12 hours oversold like this. So typically when you're oversold, you get a push up, even if it's not like a big push up. Okay, any sort of push up is going to push Bitcoin down. So that kind of makes me think that the probability for a back test of 59, 60K region is in order. Like that might happen over the course of the next coming days here, or maybe the next coming week. All right. That's pretty much it. I would say that probability is leaning towards that retest, because like it looks like to me on the Tether chart that we would go back test 5.73% as a resistance before coming down to this demand zone here. All right, and on this push up like this would be our pullback, and then the breakdown here would be our push to 65K to 68K region. And then the market is probably just going to get super bullish once that happens. But I would like to see Tether actually make a lower low before really getting like super bullish on these markets. Even though the weekly time frames and the 2-week time frames and the high time frames look bullish, we got to see that price action too to kind of correlate with that. So that's kind of where I stand. I think maybe, like I said before, a short-term move down next coming days here. You can see that. Bueller, anybody? What do we got? You got any comments or feedback? The Bull. I've never seen you, man. What's up, dude? Tell what's going on, IJ Money. Oh, wow, we got a Mr. Big in the house. What's going on, dude? How's your stuff going, man? Oh, wow, man. What's up, dude? Yeah. I mean, the weekly time frame on Tether looks pretty cooked. Right. Weekly stochastics coming down. This is implying a major reversal for the Tether chart. Yeah. So I think in the coming weeks we're going to see some nice upside. That's what this chart's kind of depicting right now. Short term, maybe downside pullback, higher low type of action, sideways for maybe the remaining part of this week or beginning part of this week. It seems like that might be in order. NASDAQ. NASDAQ looks fine. A nice weekly bullish engulfing candle, breaking out of your double bottom here. Yeah, I'd like to see continuation to the all-time high. That looks to be in order. That looks to be in order here from the weekly time frame, and you did get a weekly stochastic RSI cross. Pretty strong. The NASDAQ. S&P, all-time highs, all-time high breakout. You are impending upon the major 1618 golden mean ratio fib extension here from your swing high to swing low. I'd watch this 58, 50 level. I mean, man, if you break that, yeah, I mean, 6,600. But, just pay attention to that level. I think that we could get a little bit of I think we could get a major pullback there. But we'll see how this plays out. So ETH BTC, man, the ETH BTC put in a nice little candle there this week. I think so. We've defended a horizontal and a major trend line here on ETH BTC. Good to see. Good to see. Starting to show a bit of divergence on the weekly here on the RSI, right? From your low to your next lowest low on price, but a higher low on the RSI. So you got some divergence there on the RSI. Waiting for the Fed pivot dump. Yeah. I mean, there's going to be a pullback at some point, man. So I can't just continue higher like it's doing. But I mean, we might not see like some big crash event or anything like that I'm thinking like March of next year. And the only reason why I say that is because right now we're going into an election, and like, why would they want to crash the market for a potential incumbent? You know what I mean? And it doesn't really make too much sense to do that. And also you have like global liquidity just breaking out. So like you're going to start a bit of QE now. And, for all you Bitcoin guys, QE for Bitcoin is usually a pretty bullish thing. Yeah, let's take a look at that real quick. So here's your QE, or here's your global liquidity index, and I mean, obviously all depends on how you look at this chart, but to me, the way I see it is something like this. It looks like a wedge break to me on global liquidity, and if they continue cutting rates and continue printing money, this number, the global liquidity index, is just going to keep going up, and that's going to have some pretty interesting effects on the risk markets. Typically, it does, but yeah, we could be looking at like a 6 month or 6 to 12 months out on something like this playing out. Pretty strong movements in the market coming. I think what's really happening here is they are going to continue to destroy the purchasing power of the dollar, and your risk assets are really just going to continue going higher because, well, your dollars are buying you less, and the dollars need to go into something to protect the purchasing power of the dollar. So, I mean, it's kind of an illusion. Oh yeah, you're making more money like in a risk asset, but you're not really able to buy as much with it once you sell it or take profit on it, right? It's like kind of a catch-22 situation where, oh yeah, like let's just buy Bitcoin and we'll be rich, but like, what? How? I mean, like, you're not going to be rich. You're just going to be able to maybe sustain the current inflation longer term, or beat the inflation. The whole point of Bitcoin is to beat inflation, right? You can look at anything like gold, silver, or like any risk assets right now. They all look like they're just going to go higher because they're just going to continue printing money. And and the fact that they're lowering interest rates makes it easier for businesses to borrow money. So like, typically, markets crash after they cut interest rates, but historically, yes. But I think this time, because the economy is still strong enough for them to do that, it's actually going to be the inverse effect, right? So it's going to be like they're cutting rates into a strong economy, which actually is going to and the fact that they're continuing to going to start printing money now is actually going to be a detriment to the dollar and detriment to your purchasing power. So the saying is like, you'll be happy with nothing, or like whatever it is. I forget the saying, but you'll own nothing and be happy is exactly what's going on here. You will own nothing and be happy. Anyways, yeah, we'll look at gold. Sure. Pretty awesome chart. Pretty awesome chart of gold. Peter Schiff, I'm sure, is a happy guy, man. It only took him 10 years to be, breaking its previous all-time high. Yeah, looks good. Yen carry thing isn't over. No, it's not. I think that'll be the end of the QE type of movement. We'll have another carry trade event to crash the market. So gold most likely going to 3K here. Longer term, shorter term, mid-term, I would say. Right, you broke above the major 1618 fib extension from your previous all-time high in 1979 to your swing low here in April of 2001. These were your major pivots, and the 618 was acting as a major resistance in 2011. I think these Fibonacci levels are going to be nicely in play going forward. So yeah, that's your gold. Yeah, all commodities are gonna actually go. I think commodities are actually more undervalued than equities right now, and that's because commodities have been suppressed for so long. I mean, just look at gold; it's been suppressed since 2012. Like, it hasn't made a new all-time high since 2012. Are you trying to tell me that inflation has been under control for the last 12 years? Probably not. Probably not. Yeah, I think silver is actually the most undervalued. I mean, take a look at it. Yeah, it's like a massive cup and handle pattern, man. It's just like what? It's been in this cup since 2011. Been in this cup since almost 5,000 days, guys. Holy shit. Gold or silver undervalued. Silver to probably test 101.7. Yes, Toe, exactly. Inflation's getting worse, but they're claiming that it's not. But we all know that that's not true. And when they start printing money now, it's going to get even worse because there's going to be more supply of dollars. And then you got all these countries, these BRICS nations that are getting rid of dollars, meaning they're going back into their other fiat or another asset, meaning they're getting rid of their dollars. Guess where the dollars are coming back to? They're coming back to the US and coming back into our circulation, which is going to create what? More inflation. So yeah, I mean, there's no point in holding dollars. Like, dollars are just going to continue to devalue themselves. I call them ice cubes. They just melt away. But yeah. So yeah, short-term downside in Bitcoin, I think 58, 59K region retest. That looks likely, as I said before. Look for that pivot, that higher low region there. I think that'll be a good area for a reaccumulation before a major break or major move up. CL, oil, right? This time of year, I would say, I mean, it just looks like we're going to see some more downside here on oil. Look at the 3-month. Look at your 3-month oscillator, about to tick down here. That's pretty significant. We might see oil drop a bit. We might see oil drop a bit here. I mean, yeah, once you start losing these range lows here at like 64, we could see like 60 to maybe even $50 a barrel in the next few months. That's what it's looking like. That's the high time frames look like anyway. Your day-to-day, whatever, probably just, you know, trading your daily range or something. But yeah, you're holding above the 50 period on 3-month and the 100 period here. But as soon as you start making closures below that, I mean, you're looking at probably a move down. It wouldn't shock me if oil did something like this and came down to like, you know, 40, $50 a barrel in the next few months. Something like that. BMA. I mean, the target that makes the most sense is like 118 to the wick high here, 135 on your 3-month. Looks pretty good on the quarterly chart. Still got some room to run up there on the RSI. Your stochastics look a bit extended. You broke a squeeze. You're still building positive momentum there. Your monthly still looking good. Very extended though. You know, obviously starting to diverge a bit here on the monthly chart. Yeah, I'd be careful with that. But yeah, I mean, if you do end up busting this, there's really nothing here till the all-time high, 125. Just look left on the chart. There's nothing there. So, yep, looks like maybe an inverse head and shoulders pattern. Just break that neckline, man. All right. Bitcoin dominance. Let's take a look at that. You're at a pretty critical spot right now on Bitcoin dominance, I would say. Coming into a weekly resistance here, a major. I have like a nice fib extension here that's plotted. You know, doing technicals and dominance is kind of interesting. Yeah, you're overbought, 72%. It looks like you're starting to diverge here on like the Bollinger Band node squeeze indicator. That doesn't mean you can't still continue, but you might get like a piercing candle to that 60% level, and then just maybe like a fake break or something like this, where you rip out here, Bitcoin surges or something, and then just Bitcoin dominance just gets slammed, and then we go back into or restart a major altcoin run, something like that. Something like that could happen. It certainly looks like it, man. It looks like it's pretty close to being on the brink of that. I mean, look at your monthly RSI, dude. Like, Bitcoin dominance looks toppy, man. Right? When alt season looks like a massive rising wedge on the RSI. Yeah, we'll take a look at them. XRP is probably one of the biggest 7-year structures I've ever seen. It's just in the structure, man. Like, it's gonna break out eventually here. You know, I'm gonna say maybe like towards November, December. Like pretty close to the apex of that triangle. You're pretty close to the apex of that triangle. When that breaks, dude, it's gonna be explosive. It's going to be very explosive. Your monthly stochastics ticked up and pretty much gave you a buy signal. So long, stay long. There's not much else you could really do here other than just be long and wait for this pattern to play out. XRP or Solana. So Solana's been holding this like 125, 130 region pretty good. My only real concern with it though is this monthly bear div. I don't really like that. So, I mean, if you're looking at the structure of this this channel or this descending broadening formation, you know, one could argue that it still needs to tag, you know, 250 or something. Yeah. But it looks a bit extended for right now. I mean, maybe some more consolidation for Solana, I think. It had a major run, man. Like, yeah, we can look at BitTensor. I don't really see a lot of. I mean, Solana's a major. I just don't see a lot of value in buying it up here, truthfully. I just don't see a lot of value in buying it up here. There's so many other altcoins that aren't, you know, 1,500% off their range lows. You know, I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying I wouldn't want to buy it up here, personally. All right. Yeah, I mean, if you start losing this range low, you're looking at, you know, $93. And if you lose $93, you're looking at 90s and this range right here. We could talk about it once we start losing those levels, but you can see it's pretty, you know, pretty clear that all the assets really been doing is making lower highs. Lower highs. Yes, you're holding the low. So see how long it holds for. If it ends up making a higher high, that's pretty strong. Hasn't done that yet. All right. Link. I actually liked the Link chart. See, like Link, unlike Solana, didn't go on a 1,500% move from its bottom. So to me, yes, you could definitely see value in something like this. Okay, like there is value. I definitely could see value in Chainlink here. Yes, I could see value in Chainlink here. Solana, not so much. I think Solana made a big leg. I'm not saying it can't go higher. Don't misunderstand. But I personally would not be wanting to allocate capital into that asset right now, right here. Okay. Chainlink is a different story. Look where it's sitting on the weekly RSI. That looks great. Right? Broke out, tagged the 618, pulled all the way back down to your bear market breakout region, and just consolidating here. To me, this looks pretty good. Like, you flip this area as support. And like that to me is good. That to me looks good. You know, you might want to, you know, buy it once it breaks out and back tests, right? I mean, yeah, you could buy it right now. You could start picking up position here, a preemptive position, and like, yeah, you could manage your risk pretty easily in something like this. You could, you know, you're buying right here. You set your stop loss below that wick low here at $8, and you trade it up to the 618. That's basically a 3-to-1 risk to reward. Like, you know that as soon as it breaks out here, it's probably going to go back up to test that $21 region, right? Just based off what it's done here. Breakout, test the 618, come back down, go up to test it again, right? I mean,
someone could argue that maybe it ends up breaking that 618 if the markets become extremely bullish again. But to me, this looks like a potential cup with handle pattern. And it could end up resolving itself back up to the all-time high, just based off the handle structure, right? The bottom to the top is 170%. And you break the top here for your handle continuation. 170% is just around the all-time high price, maybe a little bit more, $60. Okay. And what happens after that doesn't really matter until you form a new structure, right? But if you're a swing trader and you're looking at this right here, this is a value area, right? Because if this does play out and it plays out the whole structure, you're now looking at a 9-to-1 risk to reward, right? That's pretty good. Versus your Solana, what's your all-time high is 250. Like what? You're gonna have like a 2-to-1 risk to reward there. Oh, but Solana's strong and it's gonna break its all-time high. It very well could do that. But to me, I don't see value in acquiring it here. Okay. I think you guys get the point. You just need to think about these things before you just buy something. Okay. Yeah, Tau on a run, Sui on a run, INJ setting up. Now, INJ, could be something similar to what Solana was, but not really, because INJ actually made a significant pullback. Yeah, we can look at Aerodrome, which is also looking pretty good. INJ actually made a nice drawdown here, a 73% drawdown. Okay, that's a pretty significant drawdown. And yeah, this to me looks like a major bull flag. I even have a 5-wave structure set up on it, right? 1 wave, 2 wave, 3 wave. I mean, someone could argue that this was a 3-wave here, but this looks pretty good too. And if you look at it versus Bitcoin, because the whole point of owning an altcoin is to actually outperform Bitcoin. Well, INJ versus Bitcoin looking like it's about to reverse against Bitcoin. So I would say that looks pretty good also. And the RSI is telling you some things. Here's your weekly. You had bearish divergence. That was your top. You're now diverging bullishly down here on the weekly RSI. Okay. Interesting. You're in a squeeze. Interesting. Right? You have lots of confluence at this low. You have your momentum oscillators also agreeing with you at these lows. So to me, this looks like a very high probability region to maybe roll Bitcoin for INJ. Not that I'm personally doing that, but if you were to be doing that, this is what looks good, right? Cool. INJ looks good. Link looks good. Sui, I think we called Sui out in the Discord at like 60 cents or something. Yeah, not much data on this chart, but you can see the higher low, higher low. This is a double bottom, and then your neckline is here. It's really simple. You break this neckline. It's about a 400% measured move after you break it. And you don't have to do the whole move in one shot, but usually you do about half the move. So I would say your swing target is probably around that $4.50 to $5 region. Yeah, I mean, you also want to keep in mind market cap too. But yeah, that 1272 fib extension, maybe on up to the 1414 on your first major, breakout or impulse, I would say. Looking strong, looking pretty strong. Okay, yeah, Tau, take a look at Tau. I think I have that chart on my deck screener somewhere. And if you guys are enjoying the content, make sure you guys smash the like button up, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification. But we got some new faces in here. Appreciate all you guys tuning in. Drop maybe a like or let me know how you found me. I'd like to know that. Maybe somebody recommended it, or maybe you're a friend of somebody in the community, or maybe you just found me on YouTube, and that's great to know too. Appreciate that. Cool. So Tau, we got some big buys going on here, man. $51,000 buys. That's fucking crazy. Yeah. So Tau, I'm not sure. Is this all the data on it? Yeah, it might be, right? I do not own this coin, and I am probably going to regret owning it. Oh, nice, dude. Yeah. So Tau. Tau with the channel break. Very nice. Bull flag type of scenario here. You know, kind of just extrapolate that bull flag. Yeah, it just looks really, really strong. AI play. It looks like $1,000 target right now. Once you clear these regions here, but look at this volume, dude. Like, doesn't look like this thing's stopping anytime soon. Yeah, you might see a bit of a pullback here this week down to like 4.25 or something. Back test this region here, and maybe sideways for a week or two after that. But I think general direction here after you break a structure like that is you're going to go back to the top of the structure at some point, maybe the next couple months, right? So yeah, it looks pretty strong. Looks pretty good. Tau looks good. Longer term here. Aerodrome. Solid coin, by the way. Coinbase's DEX. I think this is going to get a lot of action here in the coming months. Trying to find the major chart here. Okay, yeah. So here you go. Big bull flag. Broke the flag. $7 target once you break the flag pattern at $2. Pretty solid. Pretty solid. Cool. What else do we have here? We got Sol, XRP Link. We looked at it. BitTensor we just looked at. Arbitrum. Dude, my only issue with Arbitrum is obviously everything goes up in a bull run, but you want to be cognizant of the tokenomics on that asset. I know it's a layer 2, and I know it's not I know it's a really great coin, really great project, but man, yes, it's wrecked down here. This is probably value areas for this asset, no doubt. I just can't own something that has that kind of tokenomic. It broke the trend. Okay, you broke out. All right, channel break. TA would tell you that this is a buying opportunity, and your major resistance level there is at 77 cents. You bust that, you're gonna maybe test up to these regions, 92 cents. Just look at the chart, $1.20. But yeah, dude, I mean, you got weekly bullish divergence down here. This looks great. Risk to reward, this looks amazing. How's it going to perform versus maybe some other coins? Probably not as well because it's got all that token supply. That's a problem. Okay. But numbers should go up coming weeks, coming months. Let's see. INJ, Sui, Tau we got. You guys want to look at Render? That's another AI coin. Actually, you know which one I picked up that's actually pretty good is GLQ. Low cap AI coin. Yeah, we'll look at File and KSM, but check out GLQ if you're looking at an AI play. All right, I picked this up on this break at 5.8 cents. But look at this chart, man. It's a thing of beauty. Higher highs, higher lows. Higher highs, higher lows. We need a node hierarchy of coins. Yeah. I'm not perfect, man. I haven't nailed every single thing this cycle, but it's tough, dude. This space is really difficult. It can be really difficult to trade. But take a look at GLQ. I picked up a position in this. Not financial advice ever, but to me, it's really simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves. You're in the midst of your 5th wave right now. I don't know where that's going to end, but even if it ends at 40 cents, that's a great trade. And just look at the weekly. You got a full reset. You got bullish divergence, a weekly buy signal. The whole 9 yards on the chart looking great. Okay. This one looks good. It's a low cap. It's high beta. Remember, low caps are high betas, but this is how you can really yield lots of ROI on a low cap coin. All right. And if we are going into an altcoin season, well, you probably want to take some nibbles at some of these higher risk plays. And I'm not an advocate of meme coins, but yes, those probably are going to do pretty well too. They're also extremely high beta. So yeah. Look at KSM. And just sitting down here. The demand zone. I'd love to see this thing run. Everything looks set up, man. Everything looks set up. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat, brother. I appreciate that. You're the only one that tips me on this channel, man. Thank you so much again for all your support, my man. Appreciate your support. Appreciate you, man. What's going on, Tin Top? What's up, dude? Cool. KSM just sitting in demand zone here. It's starting to definitely show divergence on the 2-week time frame. Like, without a doubt, that is divergence. And I've been looking at it versus ETH because, well, you guys know I rolled some ETH for this asset. And we have 2-week bull div, but if ETH goes on a tear here, then no way that this is going to start outperforming it until later on. But yeah, that's a massive wedge pattern, dude. If that plays out, that's going to be epic. I think just time, man, with these trades. Like, these are going to maybe take months, 3 to 6 months, maybe a year to play out from here. So just roll with the punches, guys. If they give you buying opportunities down here and you got the powder, DCA or build a position, right? That's all you can do. I really like this EGLD trade setup. I actually rolled a lot of my H bar for this. So to me, this is very low risk area. Yeah. So this looks good. Look at the 2-week also showing you that divergence a bit. And again, the tokenomics on this coin are really good. 27 million tokens in supply, and that's it. Actually, I think the max is 31 million. So there's like about a 4 million buffer. And I think because they give like some yield, like 5% APY. Guys, the lower the APY they give on a token means that the inflation is like virtually next to nothing. And they're giving 5% yield on USDC. So like they're giving 5% yield on a token that doesn't have inflation like that. And it's a kind of a scarce asset. 27 million tokens is like almost as scarce as Bitcoin, right? This is not Bitcoin, but given there's demand that comes into this chain, this thing could skyrocket. Like, just look at the chart. Looks pretty low risk is all I'm going to say. I took a position on this asset personally, and it looks good. I'm in this for the swing, the long-term swing, right? You have your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave. You have your ABC correction, double bottom. You're going to have your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in some fashion. And I don't know how that fashion is going to be, but usually falling wedge patterns break to the top of the wedge at some point. So yeah, that could take 6 months. That could take a year. Doesn't really matter. To me, that risk to reward is worth it here. That's a 16x. Okay, even if I only yield a 10x out of it, that's still great. Yeah, look at Filecoin. Sorry, I got sidetracked. Filecoin. Let's see. I don't know if that's all the data on it. All right, so kind of looks a lot like EGLD in terms of risk to reward, right? You had your wedge break, kind of a weak wedge break. You didn't even get to the 382 fib extension. It's kind of weak. Pulled back to the bear market bottom. Reaccumulation. Looks like reaccumulation. Weekly giving you a buy signal. Setup. Looks good. Load up. Not financial advice. Swing it to the top. $10, $16 maybe. Cool. Looks good. Looks good. For all you avalanche lovers, falling wedge breakout. See, like this, something like this is strong, right? We went to the 786 fib extension. That's strength. I mean, Solana outperformed it, yeah. And now you just pivoted here at $20 and you broke out. You actually broke out. This is a breakout on the weekly time frame. Weekly candle broke out. That is a breakout. Okay. That is a breakout. AVAX looking good. Looking good. Another asset, low risk down here, ILV. Not financial advice. Didn't give you the buy signal yet, but ticked up on the weekly chart. It doesn't really get much better in terms of where you're at on the range. You're at the bottom of the range. Didn't break out yet. Maybe you want to wait for a breakout, but could pick up some steam. This asset could pick up some steam. Again, really good tokenomics on this one. So check it out. DYM breaking out. I don't like this one so much, although I did buy a position kind of around that $2-3 region. So yeah, I'm in the red on this one. Full disclosure of that. I didn't put a lot of risk in this one, but it's a roll-ups as a service for the Cosmos ecosystem. Tokenomics are bad. That's why I didn't really take a lot of risk on it. But I think that this asset has a good chance to, maybe make a run. I like the fact that it's pretty low risk down here, and you did break out. Like you did break out. That happened. There was a descending broadening formation on this one. Shadow node SVPN. Yeah, we can look at it. Not a lot of data, but I like wedges. Wedges are good. That's definitely a wedge break. Again, not a lot of data to go by on this. Looks like a new coin. Yeah, we'll look at Aave and FTM. Yeah, dude, pretty clear break on your wedge here. Your swing is back to 2.8 cents. You could end up breaking that. Who knows? Like I said, there's no data on this chart. That weekly RSI looks pretty good. Looks like it's got room to run. You can look at cubic. Oh, okay. Yeah, so your weekly RSI is like really wrecked, dude, 28. So you could stay in this asset until it becomes overbought on the weekly. That's usually a pretty good strategy. Yeah, it looks good, man. I got nothing bad to say about what it's doing right now. It just broke out. AOS is a good one, yep. Aave FTM we'll take a look at. Beautiful. Aave breaking ranges. Yeah, I think I had this drawn from the bear market. Yeah, Aave showing lots of accumulation. Your swing target right now around that 250 region. But I think eventually for Aave, this was a descending broadening formation. Yeah. Your swing is back to all-time highs, 550. FTM is a thing of beauty. The chart is great. Yeah. Yeah, perfect reaccumulation region right here at 32 cents. I think I call this out in the Discord. Yeah, looks good, man. Looks really good. To me, this looks like a cup and handle. Like a lot of them look like cup and handles right now. And we could be looking at like something like this where we, reaccumulate like we did here. We make a cup with handle and it just goes on a 5 wave like I have drawn out here. Something like that. ADA. Yeah, we can take a look at ADA. Yeah, like just really similar to a lot of these reaccumulation structures that we've been seeing. Some look stronger than others, right? ADA looks okay. Looks like a falling wedge or maybe a cup and handle type of structure, right? Like right back up to 70 cents and you break that, probably back up to the all-time high at some point, $3, like in the next 6 months or something. Crabs trades. You should probably look at INJ, man. INJ is going to do pretty well. Theta. Let's not forget about Theta coin. I picked up a position in this recently, around this $1.30 region right here, right as it reclaimed this region right here. This coin, I think, is really a monster. You see how it already rounded out here, like it's beating like some of these other alts in terms of reaccumulation. So to me, that's strong. It's showing some strength and some demand, right? And you want to see that stuff when you're. Yeah, I mean, you could look at this like a big bull flag because this is what it looks like, a big flag pattern. Wow. Yeah, that's fucking massive, dude. Yeah. That's a flag if I've ever seen one, man. Which coin is the most bullish? I don't know, dude. Probably the coins that are getting the most inflows. Like Sui looks pretty good. That's been running pretty hot. BitTensor's been running pretty hot. Just watch where the money's going. Aerodrome's been running pretty good. So maybe you want to look at some coins on base like Brett or something. I don't know. You guys ever look at DeFi Llama? And yeah, look at base or something, right? Base. So here's TVL. TVL is about to break out on base. So that should tell you something. Aerodrome's going to break out. All the meme coins are going to break out on base. Okay? That means money is coming into base, Coinbase. Yeah, Sui's probably get a nice uptick here. Oh, Sui TVL just broke out, man. Bang. Arbitrum TVL hasn't broke out yet. Tron TVL. I mean, I'm never going to be in Tron, but like, this is something you want to look at. Aptos TVL about to break out. That could be something to look at. So yeah, I mean, these are all things you should be looking at. I think that these are really good metrics to understand where capital is coming into. Like, Avalanche hasn't done shit, but like that doesn't mean it won't do shit. That means it could actually can explode. Do you know what I'm saying? So like this thing could be super undervalued. Just saying. But yeah, trade what's in front of you right now, right? Trade what's in front of you. Sui in a breakout on TVL. Aptos about to break out in TVL. Solana probably not breaking out on TVL right now, right? It's not. It's like sideways. Anywho, we've been live for about an hour. Appreciate all you guys tuning in. If you guys enjoyed the content, you guys know what to do. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, take the notification bell, and we'll continue with these live streams every Sunday if you guys continue to watch them. I do that anyway. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, I love doing this stuff. So the folks that are on here probably have been on here for the last few years and have just been following what I do, and appreciate all you guys. I'm not really like, exploding my content growth because I don't really care that much. I do these because I enjoy them, and it keeps me on my game with what the market's up to. And so that's it. I appreciate all you guys tuning in. Hopefully you guys learn something every time you come in, and we'll catch you guys next week. Appreciate all you guys, and we'll catch you guys in the Discord.